the dreaded third act breakup. Part of it is because it is dreaded. Often it's not set up properly. We're Heather and Natalie, the romance rippers, romance addicts and authors. We're here to help you craft stories that leave your readers begging for more. This is the time to get that story out of your head and give book lovers the emotionally satisfying ships they crave. Now let's get to the heart of romance. All right, and that, I think...
Like I got spit. I'm Natalie.
I'm Heather.
We're the romance rippers.
Welcome. So now we're going to talk about a bit more of the obligatory scenes that most readers are expecting if you are writing a genre romance. With each of these scenes, there's 6 of them. We are going to give general percentages as a guideline of where most of these story beats should be happening in your novel, so it doesn't feel uncohesive.
Yeah, the pacing is good.
Yeah, so the pacing is good and it's cohesive with what people who are reading romance to read a romance, what they are expecting, even if they aren't cognizant of why.
Scene number 1, which should take place in the first 5 to 10% of your book. The lovers meet or appear on the page for the first time. That's where most books, most stories, they will have never known each other before or only known of each other, and they're in the same room. So they're at the same party. They meet at their arranged marriage for their first time. They run into each other in the elevator for the first time. With certain stories, like tropes like friends to lovers, they already knew each other beforehand. They were already friends beforehand. This is when they will appear on the page for the first time. And the reader, is going to clock in on, oh, this is the couple that I'm rooting for.
That's why you really want to have it be earlier on in the book.
Scene number 2, around the 25% mark. The protagonist is committed to avoiding an intimate relationship with the antagonist, but something makes it impossible to walk away from them. This is where you set the tension of, well, we're obviously not going to get together. Like, there's no way I'm going to be with this person, but yeah, I can't just completely shut the door on them.
There's, of course, a lot of different reasons. It could be socially, it could be internally, of why they are avoiding that connection. But there is also another part to make it compelling that keeps them from being able to walk away from that relationship entirely.
Scene number 3, around the 50% mark. After getting to know each other, one or both characters confess their feelings, escalating the stakes. With romance genre, after getting to know each other in the first half of the book, the one or both characters confess their feelings for each other often, or at least it's very clear that for at least one of them, this is no longer platonic. This is romantic, and they want to be together.
It could be just how they are interacting with each other, sort of those unspoken expectations, which I feel like can be even juicier than, say, just a plain old confession.
Yeah, on the reverse side of that, depending on your book, and specifically the spice level of your book, for a lot of couples, like especially if you're including spice and smut, this is where they actually sleep together for the first time. And so whether or not a confession is made, their physical intimacy and thus their connection emotionally is raised.
Scene number 4, around the 75% mark. The misbelief that subconsciously drives your protagonist now comes out in full force to sabotage their relationship with the antagonist.
Yeah, this is really the all hope is lost moment of the story, where it feels like there's no way these characters are ever going to get to be together. It usually traditionally involves a separation of some kind. That doesn't necessarily have to be the dreaded third act breakup, but there usually does need to be some sort of distance, even for a brief period of time, that has the characters certainly questioning if they're going to get to be happy together, and probably the reader as well.
And I feel like often with specifically the dreaded third act breakup, part of it is because it is dreaded. Often it's not set up properly.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't feel earned. It doesn't feel emotionally resonant within the story a reader has been reading. So thus, a lot of people dislike that trope, and I think often for good reason. But as a writer, if you understand the basics of that, you can actually make it really compelling.
Scene number 5, the 5th obligatory scene, takes place around the 85% mark, and the protagonist and or antagonist prove their love by sacrificing something to ensure the other's happiness with zero expectation. This means that, say that your protagonist was the one that really messed things up. She told the antagonist that she was going to take the job in New York City. She was going to leave him behind. It's like all hope is lost.
Forget small towns. They suck.
Exactly. And she goes through, during this approximately 10%, she reflects upon that and realizes, this isn't what I want to do. This isn't who I want to be. She turns down the job in New York. And so it's that sacrifice, or sometimes the antagonist, like specifically, like the man will do something to show his love for the woman.
I feel like specifically within the dynamic that often is used with sunshine grumps, that usually, say with a grump man, is sacrificing some of his nobility or some of his idealism to potentially ensure, say, the safety of his romantic interest.
Right. Yep. Or you've got the cad who was had some sort of nefarious scheme on the side, and he gives up the treasure that he stole in order to be with her, or at least make sure that she's okay. Because part of what makes this so good is that the sacrifice happens without the expectation that the other person will take them back. That it is simply out of pure love, pure selfless love. Scene number 6, around the 95% mark. At the very end of the story, the characters and readers are rewarded with a happily ever after moment. Because this is a romance, because this is genre, of course the sacrifice works, and of course they are taken back, and the couple get back together, and all is well. They get to have their happily ever after. The characters and especially the readers, are rewarded with this moment. And part of the reason why you see the big 3 of commitment coming up, which is either an engagement, a wedding, or a baby happening, is because this really cements into the reader specifically that this couple is going to be together for the rest of their lives. It really makes us feel like true love has won.
And I think also they're very much baked into cultural society as being shorthand of true, deeper commitment than just say, oh, okay, well, we can start dating now.
Right, absolutely, yeah, because we can start dating now. That's all nice and everything, but there's a lot of up in the air with we can start dating now. But especially weddings and babies make you just think it's good. It's in the bag. It's done. Following these obligatory scenes and conventions are really going to set yourself up for success in bringing readers what they really crave with delicious, shippable characters.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for coming with us along this journey, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Thanks for joining us today. Like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe for more romance writing tips and tea on Thursdays. You can also find us on other socials at The Romance Rippers. And before you go, share one of your tried and true romance writing tips below. We'll see you soon.